Okay, we're going to have this conversation about women who let men stay with them and they not paying no bills. And you would think that when I make this statement, it would be about young girls. But no. It's about some of you old heads, some of you older women that's teaching these young girls that a piece of a man is better than no man at all. You know, I used to hear this song by, I think it's Betty White. She was Woman to Woman, and she was talking about how she paid the food on the table. I buy all of that. And I think that record made half of y'all stupid. Yes, it did. It made half of y'all stupid. The clothes on his back, I buy. You out here working like Kunta Kinte, slave. Like you know, that's what pimps do. Pimps get women to buy clothes and take care of them. Real men don't. You know, and you know, I could look like this because you know this you know, and I'm in the house, so I could look like this. So, but anyway, so I got to wondering, I got to thinking, because I'm seeing all these women, they fighting over men, they clowning over men. I'm gonna tell you something about a man. That you women are so oblivious. Y'all trying to, I'd rather not have a man than have a piece of a man. And if you gonna get a man that's gonna cheat on you, see y'all, you need to be mentally ready for the game. See, you ain't ready for the game. You ain't ready for it. If he been cheating on every woman he been with, you ain't gonna make no difference. You ain't gonna be no more, no less than what it is. You just gonna be another notch in the belt. You know, when I was married, my husband cheated on me. And just so happened that helpful found our home phone number and called. I told her, look here, I didn't argue with him. I was very nice and polite. I told her she called my house again, I'm gonna call her husband. Don't call my house. What y'all doing in the street, that's between you and him. I said, but you know what? That check gotta come home. That paycheck gots to come home. See, you can't stop somebody from cheating. That's something they gonna wanna do regardless. You can't put nothing past them. They gonna cheat if they want to. And if you not the right woman, you just another notch. And you buying him clothes or looking all hot, you know, dressing all skankless or whatever. If he want to cheat, he gonna cheat. He don't need your permission. He gonna find a way. It is what it is. But I'm gonna tell you something. Got a situation where somebody is married. When you married and your man ain't paying no bills, ain't trying to get no job, and you sitting up at night, about to lose your house, about to sit up here, you don't know what's going on. You looking old before your time, and he's sleeping like a baby. He gets up in the morning, and he goes places. He traveling, and you sitting up here scamming how to save your house, how to save your bills. I can tell you right now, you the fool. You the fool. You know, people don't want to be single no more. They don't want to be, like that's a bad word. Prostitution is a bad word. Selling yourself is a bad word. What else is a bad word? Broke is a bad word. Broke with a man is a bad word. That should be a sin. It should be a sin. It should be just flat out a sin. You shouldn't be, if you got to sit here and get bags up under your eyes trying to figure out how you gonna make it, and you got him. See, one thing about it is that a man would try to help a woman when she by herself, but a man won't help you when you got somebody else, not unless he just riding along for the program. But like I said, you women feel like, it was a little young girl up here working at the grocery store. She married. See, y'all want to be married. Y'all want to have that name. I'm married. Yeah, and she big as a house. Could drop any second now. She ain't even got no way home from work. He late picking her up. He ain't even got a job. You're gonna be, if your wife is working, he should be on that parking lot 10 minutes before you get off work. He should be waiting on you, not you waiting on him. The car they driving, she paying for it. But I'm gonna tell you something, you ladies who choose to take care of a man who don't want to pay no bills. They see you about to lose your house. They see you about to lose your rent, all of that. I'm going to tell you something. They out here taking care of somebody else's. They plotting and planning on how they next move. They getting another person together so that when you sleeping up under the bridge, it's going to be you and whoever it is, and he's going to be in a relationship with somebody else. That other woman is paying for his travel and his food and giving him money and all of that. But see, when he really meet somebody, I don't know nobody he gonna meet that's gonna be like that. But when he really meet somebody, he gonna go in and pay bills. He may not. I'm gonna tell you something. Real person, a real woman that handles her business, real lady that handles her business, I guarantee you, look, she gonna come in, look, with them rules. He gonna do it. He gonna do it, and he gonna do it hard. But the woman that's letting him sleep there and she giving him free sex, probably dropping off a couple of them bambinis, and she doing all of this and stuff, and he ain't worried about nothing. He, every time you look up, he got something new. He doing this, and half of y'all praying on your marriage and stuff, and you're asking God to, save your marriage, not give you guidance on how you need to do what you need to do. Save my marriage, Lord, please save my marriage. See, please, blah, 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 blah. And then God ain't working because you know what? It takes two people to work a marriage out. But see, you ain't figured it out. You don't know the game. You ain't figured it out. So what you doing is you're not putting your foot down, because if you put your foot down, he gonna go. See, he ain't up for the game. He gonna go. He gonna leave you. So you don't say nothing. You don't say nothing. You don't argue with him. You walk around the house, you're unhappy, moping. Then you got bills, hair grayer than mine, And then you're trying to hold on to something that's not even there. He just need a place to lay his head. He need a place to lay his head. But you ain't figured it out yet. You ain't figured it out. So while you sitting here trying to run in the church and speaking in tongues and talking about, oh, God gonna save my marriage, this man had already put a new nest somewhere else. And believe it or not, sometimes God just, sometimes, God don't have to show you what kind of man you got. You just don't want to hear it. You don't want to listen. See, right now, I'm not wearing no makeup. I got videos with makeup. And when I try to talk, I want to take the makeup off. Because we so busy trying to put on a mask. Everybody want to put on a mask. Everybody want to show that they happily married, that they love their spouse, their spouses, they God sent, and oh, we having a good time, and oh my goodness, we going on a trip. Everybody want to act like that marriage is so strong, but then you know what? When you stop taking them selfies, when you stop going on a trip, you dig deeper, and it's a mess. And I've heard so many people that say, I say, you know what? You may need to walk away from this. No, God wouldn't have never told me to walk away from my marriage. That's an abomination. Okay, well, he already walked away. The man already walked away. He cheating on you. Some he getting babies by. Some he can bring home STDs. I knew somebody that was married. Her husband brought her home HIV. She died. If you're gonna start the new year off right, don't go into it lying. Don't go into it saying that, asking God for the same thing when you see. And don't be sitting up here. If you want something better, you got to be willing to give something up to get something better. But I've never figured out, why would a woman want a man to come in and he's not paying nothing? He's driving her car. I'm going to give you a good story one time, and because I feel like I can relate to this. I met this guy a long time ago. I met him. He was real nice. He was very friendly, everything. He told me he was having some hard times getting on his feet. He was 40. I think he was 45 and I was 41. And we went out on a date. And he told me he didn't have a car, and I picked him up. And, we went out. We had a ball. I forgot. We ate pizza. We had a ball. And so one day I called him. I said, hey, what you doing? And he said, well, I'm at the bus stop. I mean, it was Memphis weather. It was raining, and if you ever lived in Memphis, it was raining and thundering and lightning, and it sounded like it was, any minute the siren's gonna go off. But I was over my mama's house, and we were just talking and stuff because I was riding the storm out. So I said, well, where you at? He said, well, I'm at the bus stop and I'm wet. I'm soaking wet. And he said, and the bus will be here in a few minutes. He said, the bus will be here in 10 minutes. He said, but I'm so soaking wet. He said, I had to walk to the bus stop and all of that, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I think about 5 or 10 minutes away from him. I would have met him before the bus stop did. And I said, okay. I said, well, if when you get home, call me and let me know that you made it home. You made it home safe. And I said, and, and I'll talk to you later. And he said, he waited a few minutes. He said, okay, and bye. Hung up the phone. My mama looked at me. She said, can I ask you a question? And I was like, yeah. She said, how come you didn't go pick him up? He said he was raining and, he was soaking wet and all of that and stuff. First of all, we ain't in a relationship. I just went out on a date with him. Second of all, I said, Mama, he doesn't have a car. Not that that's a big plus thing, but I have one. I said, and what's going to happen is, first, I'm going to pick him up. Then he going to want me to pick him up in bad weather. Then he going to want me to pick him up to take him to work. Then he going to want me to pick him up and take him to work and take him to work and pick him up when he get off. So then he going to want to start paying my car note. He going to want to pay my car note. Then from there, he going to feel like since he paying my car note, that gives him the right to want to drive my car. He going to want to drive it. He going to want to drive it while we go places and while we do things and while we doing this and doing that. I said, eventually it's going to come to a point where he going to want to take the car to work, leave it in the parking lot, and then he got his own transportation. Then I have to wait on him to get home or get there. He gonna probably want to move in with me because he gonna want to do all this stuff. I said, and what's gonna happen is he's gonna take over. I said, and then my car be his car. It just be in my name. So now I don't want him paying my car note. He pay his own car note. Go get his own car. I said, I don't mind picking him up, but let that be at my discretion, not for you to make sense. No, he didn't call me back. But I felt at peace at it. I felt at peace. And a lot of the times, women, you're gonna have to make a decision. See, you can't just make a decision on somebody appearance or how nice they are. You have to be serious about that. Even when you, whatever you do. No. What if he went out there and tore my car up, tear it up, wear and tear? Then my car needs, I don't know if he's going to fix it or not. There's no promise that he was going to fix it. There's no guarantee. Then I'm left out. Then now I got to get a car. Well, what happened to your car? Well, it broke down. How it break down? Well, so-and-so was driving and he had an accident, or so-and-so driving and the motor went out. Now I got to get a motor. No, if it's going to tell, let it tell while I'm driving it. Then I can say, well, I drove old Betsy the best way I could for the length of time it was. But that's the point. Women, you need to stop sitting up here, because I'm going to tell you something. Even a real man that's had a bad situation, let's say they had bad, they're going to always want to give, they're going to try their best to get back on their feet. They're going to save up some money so that they could go back, get them a car. They're going to do stuff. They're going to have things ready. Even if it's just a hoopty, they're going to have something ready to get them point A to B. They ain't going to ask you to co-sign for no car. They ain't going to ask to drive your car. See, them boys do that. Boys do that. Want to ride want to live in your house, and he ain't got, where was he staying at? He was staying with his mama. That's who he need to be with. That's who he needs to be with. And see, you think when I'm talking about young heads. I'm talking about the old women. Letting these boys stay with them and not work. If you are over 25, you are old head. You got kids, you are old head. You sleeping with a baby. Because you got to take care of him, feed him, clothe him, and then you molesting him. I don't care if he's your age or not. But that's what it is. See, we don't want to talk about it. And then you got people that criticize, you look at you, blah, 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 blah. But you know what? I got a stable position. I guarantee you ain't no man gonna live on me. Ain't no man gonna drive my truck or my car. I ain't gonna be out here shaking my tail. That's another story. If you're gonna shake your tail for yourself. Don't shake it for no man to support no man. And believe it or not, it's some real men out here that are good, that want to do good, but y'all don't want them. Y'all want these old lazy, sagging pants thugs and there's some of these old heads too. Sagging pants thugs that ain't got no ambition, ain't got no job. See, Tupac represent thug life. But he had a job. He was a rapper. He was a celebrity. Y'all getting these wannabe thugs that ain't got no job, ain't finished school, got babies, can't take care of themselves, can't take care of no baby. Half of them don't take a bath. They own a corner. You know, have you ever, when you used to be outside and play, you used to smell like a puppy. Just think, and they smoking that stuff, going to jail. And y'all think that when they going to jail, they going into jail as a gangster. Half of them going into jail as a woman. They coming out. They a man to you. But they going in there being somebody else's woman. Bending it over by force of choice. Y'all don't see that. That's why the HIV and AIDS rate is so high in Black African Americans. The men ain't just in there just. I worked in the jail, and I guarantee you, it's a game changer. If you ain't experienced it, it's a game changer. You going in there and you seeing. I'm gonna tell you something. Them men, you be like, oh my goodness, he's so sexy. Oh, he's sexy, all right. He coming out, but they don't tell that. Some of them will take it to the grave. Some of them will take it to the grave, but I guarantee you, they a woman inside and a man out. We gonna talk about that on the next segment, okay? So, and if he been in there past a week, he ain't been had. He ain't been had. He ain't been Googler. Googler. But that's another story. So you ladies, y'all sitting up here trying to hang on being a man and stuff, I guarantee you, he may not be paying your rent, but he paying somebody's bills. And if you letting somebody live in your house, a man, I don't care if he's your son, if you sleeping with him, if you letting a man live in your house, he past 18 and he's not going to school, he ain't working, he don't need to be in your house. He don't need to be nowhere in your house. And this is what you need to change if you want to start dating, have a clean slate. Stop thinking that having a piece of a man is better than none at all. Because you ain't got him. You don't have him. You don't even have that piece. And as soon as the goods and the giddy up is gone, he gone with it. Y'all need to stop fighting out on the street, putting it on social media. You need to stop fighting. And you need to just, work on yourself. Just work on yourself. Just work on yourself. Sometimes get rid of the baggage. And then you can find somebody that's happy. You can find your mate. But you can't find your mate living in the dumpster. Not that I know of.